Good evening and welcome to Tinkering with Edkelar. As another shorter project, I have an old flashlight that I inherited from my grandfather. Yes, there's quite a few items in that category. It is beat up and worn, and I bet multiple batteries have left a mess inside. I know that since it has some pitting and the sheet metal is rather thin, there will be no perfect restoration. I'm going for presentable, working and rust-free with this one. Let's start by opening it. The lens and bulb are screwed in. All of the other parts are connected with bent tabs in the sheet metal though. I am carefully opening only as many of them as I need to remove the parts, as they might break. Some of them are well rusted. To separate the hinged parts, the pins can be pushed through to one side and then the inner half can be liberated. That went over well. Now I have all the parts and can start cleaning. First, let's wire wheel the outside of the case and the accessible parts on the big wheel. Then, get the Dremel out to do the inside and all the nested edges. After giving the case a quick polish with some sandpaper, I treated it with a new type of filler primer and white spray paint. Let's see how those work out. The reflector was chrome-plated, but it was flaking off in parts. I decided to try my paws on some chrome plating for that. According to instructions, I first nickel-plated it. That did not work out well, as it had quite a few rust marks in it. I decided to sand it off completely and restart from scratch. Due to the pandemic, I can't visit my usual hardware store as often as I'd like to, and mail orders take forever. That's why I could not bring the reflector up to a mirror polished state. Lack of higher grit sandpaper. This time the nickel plating seemed to work. It's hard to tell with silver on silver, but I think it had a yellow tint after the electrolyte bath. For the chrome, I tried a process that brushes the chrome on. Again, hard to say how well I did, because silver on silver again. But after polishing up the reflector, I did get a decent shine that is certainly more than the sheet metal alone, and I'm happy with it. For the inner parts, I just did the nickel plating. I didn't care much about polishing those, I just wanted some form of rust protection. The belt clip bracket had the worst rust of all of the parts, and it probably would warrant remaking, but I have no suitable material at paw. So that's it for the parts. Now to reassemble. The reflector, the hinges, the switch, oh, almost forgot. There's the insulation pads that hold the battery terminals. Those were originally made of a paper-like substance, but the leaked batteries made it totally gross and unworthy of the new style. So I cut up a plastic binder cover that had material of similar thickness and fitted those sheets in. Now that everything is in again, let's add a battery and test it. It were almost, not quite. Oh, the circuit requires continuity between the battery terminal and the reflector through the sliding switch and the case. Whoops! I always thought that the sliding part was poking the reflector when the case is closed. Now I have to scrape off a bit of paint. Yay, it works! If anyone knows what year that particular model is from, please let me know. The embossed logo says 79, which might be a year or model number. My mom said she remembers these style of flashlights from her childhood, and 1979 would be my childhood. So that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed dropping in. See you next time. The lens and bulb are screwed in.